Aboard the ship, Dr. Emily Carter, a brilliant but jaded oceanographer, monitored data from the newly laid undersea cable. Designed for seismic readings, the cable was picking up something odd. A rhythmic pulse, faint but distinct, an anomaly. It emanated from the trench's depths, a place life was thought impossible. Dr. Carter leaned closer, her brow furrowed. The signal pulsed with an eerie regularity like a heartbeat in the abyss. A shiver ran down her spine. This was no earthquake. This was something else entirely, something unnatural. She had to investigate further. News of the strange signal spread through the Challenger 2 like wildfire. The crew, a motley group of scientists and seasoned sailors, gathered around Dr. Carter's workstation, their faces etched with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. The signal was definitely artificial, not a natural phenomenon. But from that depth, it seemed impossible. Theories flew across the room, ranging from malfunctioning equipment to underwater volcanic activity. Dr. Carter listened patiently, dismissing each suggestion one by one. The signal was too structured, too deliberate to be anything but artificial. But what could possibly exist at that depth capable of producing such a signal? The answer, whatever it was, lay hidden in the echo-filled darkness of the Mariana Trench. Days turned into nights as Dr. Carter and her team worked tirelessly to decipher the cryptic message from the deep. The signal, a series of rhythmic pulses and pauses, seemed to defy conventional decryption methods. Just when their hopes began to dwindle, a breakthrough. Dr. Chen, a quiet but brilliant cryptographer, emerged from his makeshift lab, eyes wide with astonishment. "Coordinates," he breathed. "It's transmitting coordinates." The coordinates, however, were not what anyone expected. They pointed not to a location within the vast Pacific, but to a remote, desolate region, inland. Confusion swept the room. Why would a signal originating in the deepest trench on Earth point to a location on land? The mystery deepened. The revelation of the land-based coordinates sent a collective shudder through the Challenger 2. The atmosphere, once charged with scientific curiosity, now crackled with unease. The crew, hardened by years at sea, couldn't shake the feeling that they were stepping into something unsettling, something beyond their understanding. Dr. Carter, however, found herself strangely drawn to the enigma. A sense of purpose, a desire to unravel the mystery, propelled her forward. The coordinates became an obsession, a siren call from the unknown. She knew she had to reach that location, whatever the cost. The journey ahead would be fraught with peril, but there was no turning back. The abyss had spoken, and she had listened. Section 5. Preparations and Departure. The Challenger 2 altered its course, charting a new path toward the heart of the mystery, the land-based coordinates. This decision marked a significant shift in their mission, one that would take them from the familiar depths of the ocean to the uncharted territories on land. The ship, designed for oceanographic research, wasn't equipped for a land expedition. Its hull, brimming with sonar equipment and underwater drones, was now a floating contradiction, heading towards a terrestrial challenge. Still, Dr. Carter and her team, driven by an insatiable curiosity, repurposed their equipment, gathering supplies for the unexpected journey. They worked tirelessly, transforming their oceanographic tools into makeshift land exploration gear. Crates of scientific instruments were replaced with camping gear, climbing ropes, and all-terrain vehicles. The deck, once a hub of marine research, now resembled an adventurer's outpost. The mood on board was a strange mix of apprehension and excitement. Conversations buzzed with speculation about what lay ahead, and the air was thick with anticipation. They were sailors, not explorers, yet the call of the unknown resonated within them. Each crew member felt a sense of purpose, a drive to uncover the secrets that awaited them on land. As the Challenger 2 approached the mainland, a helicopter secured on the deck was prepped for their departure. This helicopter would be their lifeline, bridging the gap between sea and land. The coordinates lay deep within a desolate region, inaccessible by sea. The landscape ahead was rugged and unforgiving, a stark contrast to the fluidity of the ocean they had left behind. Their journey was about to get a whole lot more complicated. The challenges of the sea were behind them, but the trials of the land were just beginning. With determination and a sense of adventure, they braced themselves for what was to come. Section 6. Journey into the unknown. The helicopter's rotors churned, beating the air as it lifted off from the Challenger 2, carrying Dr. Carter and a small team towards the heart of the mystery. Below, the vast ocean stretched towards the horizon, a stark reminder of the strange journey they had embarked upon. The land they flew over was harsh and unforgiving, a desolate expanse of rock and scrub. Hours passed, each one a grueling test of their endurance. The coordinates, displayed on a handheld GPS, guided them deeper into the wilderness. The signal, once a faint whisper from the abyss, grew stronger, its rhythmic pulse a constant companion. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the barren landscape, they finally approached their destination. Section 7. Arrival and Apprehension. The helicopter touched down on a rocky plateau, its arrival shattering the eerie silence that hung heavy in the air. Dr. Carter and her team stepped out onto the dusty ground, their boots kicking up small clouds of red dust. The air was still and heavy, the silence broken only by the distant cry of a bird of prey circling overhead. They had arrived at the coordinates, but what they found was not what they expected. Instead of a bustling city or a hidden facility, they were met with more emptiness, more silence. The landscape stretched before them, a tableau of desolate beauty and unnerving stillness. The GPS confirmed their location, yet there was nothing to see, nothing to explain the signal that had drawn them here. The mystery, instead of unraveling, had deepened. The team exchanged uneasy glances, their breaths visible in the cold air. Dr. Carter's mind raced with questions. What could have caused such a strong signal in such a barren place? She checked her equipment again, hoping for a clue. Their boots continued to disturb the dust, each step echoing in the vast emptiness. The team spread out, scanning the area for any signs of life or activity. The silence was almost deafening, broken only by the occasional sound of their own movements. The bird of prey continued to circle above, a silent witness to their search. As they moved further from the landing site, the sense of unease grew. The ruins they had hoped to find were nowhere in sight. Instead, they found only more of the same barren landscape, stretching endlessly in all directions. The desolation was overwhelming, a stark contrast to the bustling world they had left behind. The beauty of the place was undeniable, but it was a beauty that felt cold and unwelcoming. The stillness was unnerving, as if the land itself was holding its breath. The GPS confirmed their location again and again, but it offered no answers. The signal that had brought them here remained a mystery. The team knew they had to dig deeper to uncover the secrets that lay hidden beneath the surface. The mystery, instead of unraveling, had only deepened, pulling them further into its enigmatic embrace. Section 8. Revelation and Ruins. The team, guided by the ever-strengthening signal, set off on foot, their path illuminated by the beams of their headlamps. The silence pressed in on them, broken only by the crunch of their boots on the dry earth. Then, as if emerging from the earth itself, the ruins appeared. Weathered stone, etched with strange symbols, stood stark against the twilight sky. They were remnants of a civilization long gone, swallowed by the sands of time. The signal emanating from the heart of the ruins pulsed with an almost palpable energy. As they cautiously approached, a sense of awe mixed with trepidation washed over them. What secrets did these ruins hold? And what was the meaning of the signal that had led them here? Section 9. Echoes of the Abyss. The signal led them to a central chamber within the ruins. The walls were adorned with ancient carvings, depicting scenes of a civilization long lost to the depths. In the center, a circular stone platform pulsed with an eerie light. The light seemed to breathe, growing brighter and dimmer in a rhythmic pattern, almost as if it were alive. As Dr. Carter reached out, her hand trembling with anticipation, the light intensified, resolving itself into a holographic projection. Her heart raced as the image began to take shape. The image was faint, flickering, but undeniably clear. A vast underwater city, shimmering with an ethereal glow. Towers and spires reached up towards the surface, bathed in a ghostly luminescence. It was a message from the deep, a glimpse into a world hidden from human eyes. The city seemed to whisper secrets of its past, tales of glory and tragedy. The coordinates, it dawned on them, were not a destination but a message A cryptic puzzle left by the ancients waiting to be deciphered. A message of warning, perhaps, or a plea for help. The signals were erratic, filled with a sense of urgency and despair. The abyss had spoken, revealing a secret older than time itself, a secret that had been buried under layers of water and sediment, waiting for the right moment to resurface. But what did it mean? The team exchanged puzzled glances, each of them grappling with the enormity of their discovery. As they stood there, surrounded by the ghosts of a forgotten past, the silence of the desert seemed to echo with the unanswered question. The weight of history pressed down on them, urging them to uncover the truth.